Coach, just your thoughts on the game as a whole first.
Hard-fought game. I thought they did an excellent job. I mean, they came out physical. I think they frustrated us a little bit. Our power play couldn't get us the lead. We had some great chances, obviously 4 minutes or thereabouts of 5-on-3. We just couldn't finish there. We looked rusty. And in all fairness, we hadn't practiced any 5-on-3 to this point. So we'll get after a little bit of that this week. But overall, I had a good weekend and a good game. We needed this. We needed to work through some adversity. We needed a good close game going into the third period. And I thought our team did a real good job coming out in the third period and getting the job done. And that's the bottom line. We're going to play in a lot of tight games this year. We're going to have to be a good third period team, and tonight we were.
Does it really concern you that you didn't score on that 5-on-3 for 4 minutes? Or is that something that just, at least you got shots, things were kind of working their way through?
Well, we got some good looks. We just really fought the puck. Regardless of the 5-on-3, I thought for the first 2 periods we really fought the puck tonight, especially offensively. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a concern, but with the players we have and with a little bit of practice, and then the execution's got to come from there too. But we just really fought it tonight for whatever reason. But we'll be better, and they'll get better. And like I said, they did a good job. Their goalie was outstanding. Both their goaltenders were awesome. So, and I know their coach thinks they're going to be one of the best teams in their league this year. So that's good. That's good that we came out and had a couple of good games against a real good team.
Jamie, have any ill effects from that hit at the end of the first period?
No, and our plan was to play all 3 goalies, so he was going to come out after the first anyway, and I don't know how hard the guy really hit him, so, but he did go to the net, and, you got to get to the net, so anyway, but Jamie's fine, and our team came out, and that's one of the other big things with just a couple bumps and bruises. Matt Roy, little precautionary thing today, he could have played, but we sat him out, but overall, we got everybody in. Everybody's healthy, and now we're looking forward to starting league play.
Were you concerned at all with any of the kind of extracurricular stuff that happened on a few of those plays where things kind of took life of their own for a little bit?
Well, they're boys out there, and they're tempers flare a little bit, and not really. I mean, they were physical, and that's fine. I have no problem with the hitting and the physical part of it, as long as it stays clean for the most part. And it takes 2 to dance, so. But overall, I mean, I would definitely bring them in again and schedule them again. Craig Duncanson, I have a lot of respect for him and the way their team plays, And like I said, tempers flare a little bit from time to time. But overall, I thought the referees did a great job, and I thought both teams did a good job of not crossing the line.
You got goals from Mike Neville and from Patrick Anderson. How nice is it to get goals from guys that are not traditional scorers?
Well, it's good, and I think that's going to be one of the keys this year. We lost some pretty good players up front last year, and we're going to have to replace those goals, and it's going to be important. Mike Neville's been a good point producer up until he got here in junior hockey, and I think he's ready to add something this year. And obviously Pat Anderson has played extremely well since he's been here, and guys like Jake Jackson and Boeing to score, and Baltus, doesn't have a lot of career goals. So we've got some depth. So it's good to see those guys find the back of the net.
Well, that was the other question I wanted to ask you about was, Jackson's goal, because you get 2 from Boeing last night. Tonight you get 1 from Jackson. So the freshmen are definitely showing up, aren't they?
Well, they are, and they're doing a lot of good things. We're playing them a lot of different situations, power play, penalty kill. Like I said, this weekend was great to play a lot of guys in different situations just to see how they handle it, and some good teaching moments. So, the freshmen look fine. And they don't have to lead our team. We've got a good core of upperclassmen that will lead the way, and the freshmen just have to find their way.